brothers. In today's video we will be talking about some myths about cerebral palsy. So it's going to be a bit of an educational video, hopefully a very short one, and I will tell you what my first Christmas gift to myself is, since I did mention in the previous video that the gift I bought then was my second gift. I never made mention of my first gift. So guys, while I know these myths, and some of them were said to me, some were asked, and some people just assume, so I'm not strange to these myths, alright? But I did make notes. See, I made notes, so from time to time you will see me looking down to make sure I give you wording or facts or whatever. Alright, so some myths about cerebral palsy. First one, CP can be inherited. No, CP cannot be inherited. It's nothing that your mom or your dad or your uncle or your aunt or whatever did. It's not coming from the bloodline. It cannot be inherited. And here it says CP is caused when there is an injury to the developing brain before or during birth due to a low supply of blood and oxygen. Now these facts are not mine. Blood and oxygen to the area of the brain. These are not mine. I've seen different websites that stated this, and that's the myth number one. So there you go. Cerebral palsy cannot be inherited. So there's nothing that the mother, the father, there's nothing that anybody did that could have caused it. So no, it cannot be inherited. And that leads me to myth number 2, which says CP only occurs at birth. No, CP don't only occur at birth, but because the majority happen before, after, or during, shortly before, during, or shortly after, between the 1 month period of birth, persons generally think that it is only at that time that cerebral palsy can happen. But here it says 10% of people develop CP later in life, and this I did not know, due to an infection. Sorry, so let me read that again. 10% of people develop CP later in life due to an infection such as meningitis or a stroke or a severe head injury. And a few months ago I was talking to someone, a young lady. I think she's preteen, or I think she's 14, and she was telling someone that when she was like maybe 1 or so, someone stepped on her, and that's how she developed CP. And I'm like, okay, this is educational to me. So yeah, it can happen later in life, as it says, due to an infection such as meningitis or a stroke or a severe head injury. Anything that will cause, the oxygen or the blood or whatever. So that's myth number 2. So far we have CP can be inherited. No, that's a myth. CP only occurs at birth. We learn that is also a myth. Let's go to number 3. CP can get worse. No, while it's not curable, there's no cure. There is treatment like physiotherapy, medication, all of that, but cannot be cured. And here it's saying while it's permanent, it will not get worse, but symptoms can become more pronounced, meaning muscles may become more stiff and I've seen that with me. My muscles are stiffer now than it was back then, and I've been having problems. So you know, you have to be taking more medication, doing physiotherapy, getting help. But yeah, it's not going to get worse. It's just becoming more pronounced. Number 4. So it's all people with cerebral palsy have an intellectual disability. This is not true. There are different types of CP, and but it's not true. In fact, CP mainly affects movement and posture. So it affects your movement and your posture. It does not affect your intellectual capabilities. While some persons with CP have some intellectual challenges, or they have another disability, it's not due to CP. CP mainly affects movement and posture. So just as how it affects my walking, sometimes it may affect someone's hands, or they're unable to move or stuff, but it's not due. The intellectual disability is caused by something that is paired with CP, but it's not due to CP. Right? And the last myth that I'm going to speak about today is number 5, which says people with CP can't have children. I've been asked this, oddly enough, by some very inquisitive people. There is no evidence that suggests that CP affects fertility. Again, there is no evidence that CP affects a woman's male's fertility. Since it's not passed on from generation to generation, there's no evidence to suggest that it. If you have CP, and I've watched videos of persons that have CP, different types of CP that have children, and they're very great moms, and while they do stuff different than normal moms, they have had children and have been raising their children well. So yeah, there's no evidence so far to suggest that it affects your fertility. In fact, there are evidence to suggest that you can have children, because so anyways, before I go, I had a lot of videos for y'all. And then boom, my phone stopped working, the screen blanked out. I went to a doctor, recording that just to share with y'all, and my phone just stopped working. I lost everything. So my first Christmas gift to myself is a phone. I bought a new phone. It's a Samsung Galaxy. So I like Samsung. I'm not really an iPhone person. So I bought a Samsung, and I like it. Yes, I miss my phone, because my old phone, it had everything. I lost my intro, I lost everything. I had to. It's a good thing that majority of the things that I had on my phone, I had it saved or backed up somewhere. So yeah, but that's my first gift to myself this year. My first Christmas gift, it's a phone, a brand new phone. So that's what I'm recording on. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I know it might not be anyways, at least it's educational. And if you guys have any more questions about CP or anything else, just leave it in the comment below, and I can do a part 2, or I can just respond to your questions in the comments down below. Please remember to share, like, tell a friend, and subscribe. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. This was bye.